Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Asa coming to you with my first breakdown of the scriptures. Here, my very first one. And I'm excited to do this because I think we're in that time that we have to start getting ourselves together and start waking up our people. Because we're in the last days of this kingdom. So as a coworker said to me the other day that each one should teach one. So what I have learned over the past 4 years, since I've been in this truth, maybe a little bit longer than that, I have learned a lot, so now it's my time to pass on what I've learned. From all the holy prophets out there, much respect to them for giving me the edification that I've gotten. Much respect to them out there bringing out the scriptures, putting in the work, edifying our people in these last days. So today, I'm going to break down Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 fits all the prophecies in Deuteronomy 28 fits a nation of people. A nation of people who's not desired. A nation of people who don't know who we are. Most of us don't know who we are. It was set up that way to oppress us, to keep our nationality from us. But as the scripture in Baruch 2:29 says, in the line of our captivity, some of us will start to remember ourselves. So some of us have remembered who we are and coming back to the Most High, keeping His commandments. So those of us who have come back have to try to teach and raise up our nation and our people to get ourselves together. Because we're in that time where we can see the prophecies being fulfilled every day before our eyes. As the scripture said, who have ears to hear and eyes to see will hear and see. So not all of us have that right now, because all of us have not been woken up yet. So those of us who have woken up have to do what we can do to edify our people out there. Whether it be on the streets or through social media or whatever else, you have to edify your people. So today I'm going to break down Deuteronomy 28, as I said before. So I'm going to start at verse 28:1. It said, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord, to observe and to do all His commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So my question is, are we above all nations of the earth? No, we're not. All these nations are above us. and have their foot on our necks. I mean, literally have their foot on our necks. So no, we're not above, we are on the bottom. So now I'm gonna go down to verse 15 and show the curses that we live under on a daily basis, our people, our nation. But it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now, I know that a curse is not a good thing, and I'm pretty sure you out there know that a curse is not a good thing. It's not a good thing, it's a very bad thing. So, I'm going to get a precept to go with that, to show you that we had a choice to make as a people, but we made the wrong choice. This is Deuteronomy 11 and verse 26. He said, behold, I have set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day. Verse 28, and a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day to go after other gods. Well, so there was a choice. We had a blessing and a curse, and we choose the curse. So that's why we're in the condition that we're in today. So, I'm going to go through some of the curses that our people go through on a daily basis. And it fits us, the blacks, the Latinos, and the native Indians, who make up the 12th tribe of the children of Israel, and who are the children of Israel. Yes, those same people that Moses led out of Egypt, parted the Red Sea, through the Red Sea, was parted by Yahweh, living into the wilderness. We are that people. So I'm gonna, this is my first video, so I'm not gonna make it too long. This is just more like an introductory video. So I'm gonna jump down to verse 48. I'll show some of the curses that we live through and see if that fits us. It said, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron on your neck until he have destroyed thee. So it says that we shall serve our enemy in want of all things. In hunger, in thirst, and in nakedness. When we want our food, who do we have to get it from? Our enemies. When we want water, who do we have to get it from? our enemies. We want clothes, we have to go to our enemies for it. So because we didn't choose the blessing in Deuteronomy 28:1, we have to go to our enemies for everything that we need. Through the curses. And they shall put a yoke of iron on our necks. Well, I don't have any pictures to show you right now. But if you know anything about slavery, you know that we had a yoke of irons around our necks. That's a fact. Both us, the Negroes, the Latinos, who are our brothers and sisters, even though a lot of them don't like us, they hate us, but they are our brothers. And the native Indians also. We all had yokes of iron around our necks. So this is talking to us. And we are that nation that don't even know that we're a nation. Because we don't know who we are. Let me go back to verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. So we become an astonishment. People look upon us and they are astonishment. They are astonished of what we become today. A proverb. They call us everything except who we are. Pigs, niggers. Wetbacks, West Indian. Those are bywords. So these only fit us. That's why we know we are that people. Let me get some more curses in here. Verse 54. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Black and black crime. So that the man that is tender among us and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother. Our eyes are evil towards our brother. We hate our people. We hate our own selves. His eyes. So the man is tender among you, very delicate. His eyes always going to be evil towards his brother. What's that saying? A lot of us men have been raised in a single family home. And why much respect to our mothers who have been through the struggle and raised some of us by themselves. I'm not going to get into that right now because that's another topic. But the thing that I'm saying here, a woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. So most of us grow up very effeminate, a lot that that male influence in the home. So most of us, are brought up that way, and that's why we have hatred for a brother. And if your brother look at you a different way, bounce into you, step in your shoes, you want to kill him, you're ready to kill him. That's a curse that we under, man. And towards his wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children which he shall leave. Our people are known for leaving their children. We are known for that. That's why we live in single parents houses, homes. Anyways, let me get some more curses over here. So let me get verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So the Most High scatter us upon we are in all nations over the whole earth. And thou shalt serve other gods. So Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, those are the other gods that the Most High is talking about, which we were going to serve. Because today, if you tell, our people that they're an Israelite, they look at you like, what are you talking about? Like, you're crazy. They look at us as we're crazy. Like, we tell them that you are an Israelite, right? And you shouldn't be in these other religions serving other gods. Because that's not our God. Our God gave us commandments to keep. Not religion, but commandments. Laws, statutes, and commandments to keep. So no, we're not supposed to be in these other religions, worshiping other gods. So we should come out of that stuff. No, really, we should get out of that stuff, because we in that time where it hasn't benefited us. What has this religion benefit us? It has not. So why do we still want to be in these religions? being up in those churches, like, yeah, I was in there. I was brought up in a Christian home back in the Caribbean. That every Sunday you had to get up and go to church. That's what we knew. That's what we thought the Most High wanted us to do. But once now we have woken up, the Most High have opened up some of us eyes. And we get out of that. Now we're teaching you that you should get out of that too. That's not what He wants us to do. He wants us to come back and keep His commandments. Acts 7 and 48 said, the Most High dwell not in temples that are made by hands. He said, heaven is His throne and earth is His footstool. What house you gonna build Him? You gonna build Him a house and a footstool? No. Earth is just His footstool, so you can't build Him a house. So He's not even in the churches. So we got to get out of that. We got to get out and come back and serve our God. You want to own the true power, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. So let me get to the main big curses here. The big one. Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way which I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there we shall be sold unto thine enemies for bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you. For the Lord saying to us, Most High saying to us, that when we get off those ships, we're going to be sold to our enemies. We know who we were sold to. So the Most High saying, that's your enemy. I mean, He said bring us into Egypt again. So it's not speaking of a physical Egypt again. This is a spiritual Egypt. And the word Egypt here means bondage. Musa is going to bring us into bondage again with ships. How did we get over here? And ships, cargo, slave ships. I can't think of any other nation that's been on ships and went into slavery. So who's that talking about? Blacks and Latinos and the Native Indians. Yeah, you Latinos went on ships into slavery, 1492. And we came over here, 1916. So yeah, we are that people who's been in slavery on ships. And just to get a precept to show you that Egypt here is talking about bondage. Let's get Exodus 20 and 2. Salaki, bear with me. Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So Egypt is synonymous for bondage. So he brought us into a second Egypt and bondage. And that's where we are today. And all this stuff that's going on now, all these uprising and defund the police and all this stuff, all these protests. Those stuff are scriptural. Those are in the scriptures. That's how we know that we're close to the end. And as we're close to the end, this is when we need to wake up and come back to our power. And he said we're going to be sold for bondman and bondwoman, enslaved man and slave woman, and no man shall buy you. That word buy means redeem. No one was going to redeem us. Marcus Garvey, he tried. Right? Malcolm X, they tried. Martin Luther King, he had his dream. His dream was his dream. So once again, this was like my introductory video. I hope I did a good enough job for my first time. So, hopefully by the power of Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, I'll be able to put out more videos and to bring out, break down more scriptures for you to edify you out there. So that's all I have for now. Until next time, my other breakdown. All power to Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.